Hi, welcome to a little presentation on A-level biology. What I'm going to talk to you about is A-level biology, what it's about, why you should do it, and what it's like. So obviously biology is the study of living things and the surroundings that those living things exist in. It's got excellent links to physics, chemistry, psychology, and provides a link into science if that's what you want to do. So for example, we've got students who are doing geography, which sits really well with biology, especially if you want to go into ecology. But we've got students that are doing biology with history, and additionally biology, some with graphics as well. The reason that they tend to do that is because then it still gives them options between a science route and an arts route if that's what they want to go and choose to do at university. So biology is a really good link subject between those two. The other thing is for Russell Group universities, they have what we call facilitating subjects, which is a list of A-level subjects that they look for and want their students to have. Biology is one of those. So in terms of careers, obviously there are careers that make sense to have studied biology, whether that's from ecology all the way up to veterinary. But additionally, there are many others that do accept biology. And if you are not sure, then it is definitely worth having a look on the university's website, which is the UCAS website. Or you can go on to Which University or Unistats and have a look at that there to see if biology is one that you must get or actually would be a good supporting subject to get. If you're not sure, then please do come and ask. We do have a really good website that we use in sixth form that can give you some pinpoint ideas for that. So make sure that the A levels that you are choosing will allow you to do the thing that you want to do later on. Just one that just popped into my mind is if you're thinking of doing food, biology also goes really well with that, and you can go down a nutrition or dietetics route should you wish to do. So what's it all about then? Year 12, we look at 4 different topics. They're there, and what we tend to do is we do it between 2 teachers. So one teacher will teach 2 of them, the other teacher teaches the other 2, and we make links between them as we're going along with that. So they are topics that you will know about already. Biological molecules is pretty much proteins, carbohydrates, fats. A big look into enzymes and a look at DNA, which is what a nucleic acid is, or RNA and ATP, and water and ions, and then cells, everything that you have done on cells, but actually looking in a lot more detail about how those cells work, what actually a cell membrane looks like and how it works, and lots more work on the immune system and how that works. The second 2 that we do in year 12, gas exchange is obviously lungs in mammals, but we also look at insects and in fish, and we get to look at plants as well because that's part of biology. We look at digestion and absorption, and when we say transport, we're talking about the circulatory system of animals and also the transport system in plants. The final topic is genetic information, how DNA works, how protein synthesis works, and then going back to things that you will have done in year 9 on biodiversity and ecology, and living organisms in their environment. That sets you up for the work that you're going to do in year 13. So again, another 4 topics, but this time energy transfers is photosynthesis and respiration. And we also look at food chains and how they impact on farming and what we do to help that. The changes in the environment for year 13 is nerves and homeostasis, which you will all be familiar with, as well as a look at the kidney in this one now. Then genetics obviously is about genetics and inheritance, and then gene expression, how that we apply genetics in things that we do today, and how genes are expressed in the body and in the environment. So you also, as well as learning all that content, have to do 12 required practicals. So similar to in the idea that you do at GCSE with required practicals, but we record them separately and they are tested in the exam. You have to do them because you, as part of your A-level, not only do you do the knowledge, but you do this practical competence to show that you are able to do practical work. One of the ways that we test this practical work is by going on a field trip. Our last field trip, because of COVID, was the Lavington area with a little bit of pond dipping, which we brought the pond to into Lavington. But actually, we tend to do it in Studland Bay in Dorset, and we have done conservation work at the RSPB site down there. We go to Kimmeridge and look at rocky shores and all the organisms that are on there. And then we go to Studland and look at the sand dunes there and see the organisms that are living there at different places along that sand dune. So it's a really nice 2 days out of school, staying in accommodation and just really getting to grips with lots of parts of biology. How do we do it with resources? You'll get lots of resources that we will give you. We give you a textbook for each of the years. You can get the revision guides, but we'll give you lots of supporting material with notes, homework questions, examples, extra reading, and also recommendations for super curricular things with books that you might be interested in, or programs that you might wish to watch. Students have said this sort of thing about it: being prepared for all these things at the start of topics, learning languages, as in a biological language, so learning keywords, having to carry on doing some maths. There is part of the course, in all the course there is maths. It's GCSE level really, it's just learning what you need to do and how you need to do it, and a really good work ethic to stay on track and be really successful. I think that's true, they're not wrong about that, but basically it's what we expect you to do as the brilliant students that you are, working hard in lessons, getting work done on time, and asking and doing work independently in your own time. How do we test it? 3 exams at the end of the second year is how you are assessed. Obviously, you're going to be having topic tests and mocks throughout the time, but externally, it's 3 papers that you are set, and they're 3 written papers, and that is it. What do you need to do to get on the course? Well, we're looking really for 6 and above at GCSE in science/biology. It's great if you have level 6 in chemistry and in maths, but we tend to look at those separately if you don't quite achieve those, and whether we think because we know you will be able to cope with the requirements of the course if you're not getting level 6s in those subjects. So definitely still worth thinking about if you are on that borderline between 5s and 6s for maths as well. So what next? Well, what I would suggest is have a think about it. Ask your teachers if you need to. The current teachers of A-level biology is me, Mrs. Madison, and Ms. Telford. So if you have any questions, please find us out and ask us. We'll be coming round in tutor and bringing some of our current biologists so they can tell you the real story about A-level biology. And lots of our science teachers have a biology degree, so they are also good people to ask if you're sort of thinking, oh, I'm quite interested in this, what's it all about? So please ask, have a think about it, and thanks for listening. Thanks, bye.